Hello Leo, welcome to your reading for March the 28th until the 6th of April 2026, and it is going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. And let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, Light Beings, Spirit Guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides you may feel resonant. Leo, we're actually starting with the Dragon Tower at the moment too, so let's see what's going to jump out here for you. Right. Tower and Knight of Pentacles to start with. So this is something just recently. Maybe you've had an insight, or maybe there's been an external event that has prompted you to, take up a new opportunity, or this event has been a new opportunity that's been presented to you. Or a new, something to do with maybe health, well-being, or could be like job, okay, perhaps a new job or a new career. We've also got the Page of Swords here. We'll look at the Page of Swords in a moment with the other, once I get the other cards out. You also have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we'll grab some more cards and see what context is going to present here for you. See what you're up to at the moment. So maybe you're still possibly recovering from this tower, or maybe there's some insight that you are still in the process of acting on. At the moment, you have King of Wands and Three of Wands. So, yeah, I think you're in this position of perhaps feeling like you're the author and creator of your own life, and you're really taking stock of everything you've done and pausing before you take the next step, Three of Wands, into the next phase. I'm just going to cut the deck here. So I've also got the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So this is an underlying theme. So there may be something that you're letting go of, or something to do with, because of the Five of Cups here. There could be a process that you're working through here. Maybe there's been some upset or some stress or some sadness that you're working through. But this is the Page of Pentacles. So you're going to be, moving into a new, fresh energy. Perhaps just nurturing your inner child and probably preparing for this new phase. Is also what I'm getting. Let's just see what you have for possible outcomes and challenges. Okay, Leo, let's have a look. Three of Pentacles, which is very creative. You also have the Hermit, the Four of Pentacles, and the Star. So, possible outcome is that you could be, actually we didn't look at the future general direction moving forward. Let's look at that. So, your Page of Swords here, you have lots of a couple of page energies, which is about you getting curious here. And Queen of Swords, there's some sort of decision, or perhaps activating your compassion. But I think there's going to be some decisions moving forward that perhaps you're going to make in alignment with your curiosity. Maybe you're going to make a decision to move into investigating or studying a new area. Well, there's something that you're curious about that perhaps you've been interested in the past, and you haven't you haven't had the opportunity to pursue it. I think now is that because you have the Queen of Swords here, that you have a lot of, you have your inner compassion. You are being, I guess, compassionate and understanding for yourself with yourself. So you're going to be able to support yourself to move into this area of interest. And I think it has something to do with this Knight of Pentacles. This could be a new project even that you are, sorry, the Knight of Pentacles is taking slow steps. So I think this is the recovery energy from the Tower. This could be an insight that you have realized that I think that you need to start making some action steps, goals, and some plans that will allow you to move into this phase, next phase here of holding space for yourself, possibly creating a legacy and moving into the next phase. But there is some emotional things that you are working through and supporting yourself through. And I think your inner child is going to help you with processing these Five of Cup emotions, whether that's disappointment, sadness, or something along those lines. Yeah, so I think you're going to be really backing your curiosity, backing your inner child moving forward, okay? The possible outcome here is that you may find there may be some collaborative energy that you're going to be working with others, but you're also going to be activating possibly some inner you time, so some downtime and really contemplating your soul. And maybe you're going to move between these two energies. Maybe this is a creative thing and then you're going to be a bit more introspective, doing some self-reflection. Excuse me. Your challenge is the Four of Pentacles and the Star. So at times, Leo, there may be a challenge for you to sort of protect your energy, and perhaps even this could be about taking a pay cut. Maybe there's going to be a challenge for you to do that, but I think the result is that it's going to be helpful for your alignment. Excuse me. So you may have a challenge and many of us have challenges in supporting our inner spiritual, our inner child to move forward. But we're going to get some spirit guidance for you now from the beautiful Golden Age Tarot here by Izzy Ivy. Let's have a look. But generally you're going to be holding a lot of compassion for yourself here, I think. Sedona of Ortex, Nine of Portals, which is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, emotional fulfillment. So doing what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel as though your cups are filling up, okay? And also with the Five of Cups, just a reminder that there are usually, I'm just looking at this, okay, the image is that the flowers here are the cups, but usually there's 3 empty cups and 2 full cups, okay? And yeah, and this is literally almost like, sometimes the answer is right in front of you, but it might be blocked from your perception. For whatever reason. And it could be because there are other emotional states or frequencies that you are engaging with, either consciously or subconsciously, okay? So it may be worth looking at where you're placing your energy and what you're focusing on there. We also have Roots, 8 of Cups. So this is about moving towards something fulfilling, but it's also I think Spirit's suggesting for you to, a little bit like the Three of Wands, to sort of really assess how far you've come and all the skills and things that you've acquired, so that you can work out the plan moving forward, Knight of Pentacles, that's going to help you to move into more fulfillment and more meaning in your life. But you have this anyway. An outcome is that you will be doing some inner soul work. Okay, so you will probably, more than likely, be looking at those things, Leo. And we also have Waterfall, Priestess of Earth Guardians, which is the Queen of Pentacles, which is a really nice energy because this is really nurturing. Okay, Spirit's saying you might like to try and find some or ascertain there may be some feminine spirit guides that you feel resonant with. Maybe some ascended masters or archangelic figures or even some goddess images, or sorry, not images, goddess energies. Okay, but you can use image, of course. Yeah, the waterfall. So this is also about using that element of water, okay, to assist with flow. And I think it's really that Spirit's sort of saying to, even if you have taken a pay cut here, or you know that you're protecting your energy, it's going to be in the interests of your emotional well-being to do that, because I think it's about looking at the long term. You know, and this other thing about roots is looking at ancestral perhaps trauma, and are you carrying energies of that from generations back? Okay, so there could be certain habits and patterns that have extended into this life. And sometimes this this sort of fear of scarcity or fear of not having enough, which is, you know, the Four of Pentacles, which is, you know, just having the basics, okay? But because many of us in past lives have possibly experienced extreme deprivation, like starvation, homelessness, all the rest of it, it can sort of push us into overcompensating in some ways, okay, if that resonates, Leo, okay? So it's really about looking at maybe to do with even, you know, like money or health, if there are any, perhaps some beliefs or values that you may need to shift in order to support yourself moving forward into your star, your spiritual alignment. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not saying we have to, like, you know, sell all of our belongings and deprive ourselves completely of everything so that we can become spiritual, because that's a really old hat idea. But there's a compromise point there, okay. Now, let's look at the bottoms of the decks. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, new beginning, new potential to do with health, even a career, okay, a project, something creative that you're doing, something you're bringing down into physical manifestation, Leo. Which I think is, you know, your general direction moving forward is you're going to be supporting your own curiosity, and your inner child's going to be supporting you emotionally as well. Knight of Wands. So yeah, activating that activating the passionate drive, your passionate drive, Leo, to move into, excuse me, your area of interest. Awakening. Yeah, this is your awakening. Okay, this is part of the awakening process, is that we're all kind of, you know, we're processing ancestral stuff as well as our current stuff. Okay, we're sort of working through it, navigating it. Whispers of the Universe, 6 of activations, which is the 6 of Swords. And this is also talking about the brow chakra, so using your intuition here, Leo. 6 of Swords, so this is about moving into peace, harmony and balance within yourself, but particularly with regard to this, the element of air, so your consciousness, you know, how you're thinking, your beliefs, your thoughts. And really kind of, I think, shifting the frequency around those things, how you communicate as well, if I didn't say that. Becoming more consciously aware of the frequencies that you are feeling into and the frequencies that you're putting out. Okay. Yeah, because I think what's happening here is you're moving into a higher frequency version of yourself here, Leo. Okay. This is what the Star and the Judgment, excuse me, talk about, and also the Hermit. Okay, there is an energy with the Hermit that if we're in hermiting for too long, that we sort of start to stagnate. But I don't think that's the case here, Leo, given that you have this beautiful creative energy paired with this Hermit. So you could be hermiting and literally working on a creative project, okay, if that resonates. That could be a possible outcome. And when we say hermiting, it's not like you don't have anything to do with anyone all the time, at all. It's just like, well, it could be depending on what you want to do, but it can just mean that compared to previously, maybe you're pulling back from other people a little bit more and doing your own project, whatever that is, or whatever you feel called to do, whatever your soul, your spiritual alignment is calling you to do here. Yeah, so I think we might wrap it up there, Leo. I'm going to keep these readings a little shorter because I have quite a few to do today. So, yeah, I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.